ass out. Work came in, we be trapping at the stash house. Bought $100,000 car, watch me smash out. Dime piece with an ass out. Boss man and I cash out. Talk to him, smoking so much cushion.
All right, it's the Falcons Wrap Up. Doug Stewart, one half of the world famous Two Live Stews on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Me, Naughty, Tree. Why does the background look like this? Okay, there we go. Me, Naughty, Tree are joining you. The Falcons go down 22-17. Tree, you know you got on your bonnet thingy, right?
I'm about to leave y'all to it. I got time for this. What happened?
The Falcons lose, man, 22-17. And they had every opportunity in the world to win this game. I mean, win it, because if they score a touchdown and an extra point, they go up by 2. Listen, we're going to take your phone calls. If you're leaving the Georgia Dome, the Georgia Dome. If you're leaving Mercedes-Benz Stadium and you're in your car, you can call the show and vent and give us your thoughts about what happened tonight downtown. 404-954-1021 as the younger Stu joins us. What's up, sir?
Hey, man, I've been drinking and smoking and eating barbecue all night, man. So, give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Okay, yes.
Just give me a minute. You guys keep on up. I appreciate you guys being on time, but just give me a minute. Just give me a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Falcons go down tonight 22-17, once again in a game that they absolutely had the chance to win. A couple things jump out at me. Didn't take advantage of turnovers. We had 2 linemen get hurt. Arthur Blank goes in the Hall of Fame. I don't understand why he would go in the Hall of Fame in his damn fame. Why does he have to go?
Right. He put himself in there.
Right. I don't understand that. We'll get back to that later. But a couple of crucial turnovers that we don't take advantage of on the Kansas City Chiefs. When the 2-time or 3-time world champion, 2 times in the last 2 years world champions, Kansas City Chiefs come to town, and you have your foot on the throat of that team, of that squad, you got to get it done. And we do not get it down as the Falcons go down 22-17. The big takeaway for me in this game is Kirk Cousins is very limited.
He's a
now,
gimp.
We know he's a gimp. And I hate to
gimp.
use that word, and my brother used that word a ton this past week. You used that word a ton, but he is not comfortable. He is not healthy back there. One particular series in the third quarter, the end of the third quarter, twice they came with pressure. The Chiefs came with pressure up the middle, and Kirk just in a single file line went backwards because he couldn't do nothing else. He just threw the ball at their feet.
Right.
2 consecutive plays in a row.
Right.
He is very, very
limited.
Very limited. Everything has to go right for him to be successful. What are your thoughts?
He got away like twice tonight, but even when he got away, you could tell that he wasn't getting away with an aspect of I'm going to get away and go get yards. He was getting away with the aspect of I'm just going to throw this ball and get rid of it because I'm a gimp and I can't go nowhere.
Yeah, Justin Fields, Lamar Jackson, he is not.
No,
he is not. He is very limited. Any team with a average to good pass rush is going to be a problem for the Atlanta Falcons this year. One thing I will say, though, is it seems like under Raheem Morris, this team is playing very, very clean football.
Okay, I agree.
Meaning they're not making a ton of mistakes that I'm used to kind of seeing the Falcons make over the last couple of years. They're playing kind of disciplined football. They're not really hurting themselves. So that's a good thing. We were right there. Even though we lost the game, we were right there, had the opportunity to win. So I'm kind of encouraged by a couple of things, but the Kirk Cousins thing is going to be an issue all year long, man.
Third down efficiency is very, very important. Nadia and I talked about this last week when we did the pop-up. The Kansas City Chiefs, sir, were 6-14 when it came to third down efficiency. The Atlanta Falcons, 2-9.
Right.
You're not going to be able to win games and beat teams of this ilk I'm talking about Super Bowl champions consecutively 2 years in a row. You're not going to be able to beat teams of this ilk if you can't get a first down on third down. It's not going to work. You just mentioned penalties. Penalty-wise, 6 penalties for 44 yards. That's good. But the Kansas City was 6 for 61. So you're right. Raheem Morris apparently has them playing more disciplined football, less mistake-making football. However, if you're not moving the ball on third downs and you consistently getting off the field and you're getting beaten the time of possessions like the Falcons were, it's a problem, sir.
What are your thoughts about the game? Were you at the Georgia Dome? You can give us a call, 404-954-1021, 404-954-1021. 2 linemen go out basically one series after another in this game tonight, which is definitely going to be a huge issue. Got to find out about those guys. Just we didn't make the plays when we needed. At the very end, the last 2 drives, the drive before the last drive were like within the 7 or 8 yard line and just could not punch the ball in, man.
No, couldn't punch the ball in. And honestly, man, if there was a quarterback back there that could move the pocket a little bit, this team would be in a much better position in situation.
So based on what you saw tonight, is there any possibility we start hearing Michael Penix Jr.'s name, mentioned? And I know that's kind of extreme to say after the great performance or very good performance that Kirk Cousins had last weekend. But I mean, man, once again, I think the word for the day is limited. Okay? He's not going to get too far. I'm just sorry. He's not going to get us too far.
They played good enough to win. I mean, they played good enough to win. They protected him good enough. He was able to get the ball down the field. They made big plays when needed. I do not like at all the limited aspect that Bijan Robinson is being used. Okay,
right.
Here again, Bijan Robinson, 16 carries, 31 yards.
Not enough.
Sir, it's not enough because he's got game-breaking ability every time he touches the ball. But if he's only getting the ball 16 times, last week I believe it was only 14 times. So this week you see a lack in numbers. Algier gets 32 yards on 7 carries. Bijan gets 31 yards on 16 carries. If he gets the ball 25 times, it's going to be more explosive. If you figure out ways to get him the ball quickly on the outside by throwing him screens or pitching the ball to him, he's going to have more opportunities to make big plays. He's a big play guy. As a matter of fact, I've been saying it so far every game this year. He is needed to be featured. If he didn't get the ball 25 to 30 times, it's like you're not really trying, Falcons. And here again, only 16 carries for Bijan. It's not going to work, man.
The safeties, players of the game for the Atlanta Falcons safeties, Justin Simmons and Jesse Bates, played a fantastic game, had a huge turnover interception in the first half, early in the first half, that led to a touchdown. So I like everything that the defense did. I mean, you got to remember, you're playing against Patrick Mahomes. A lot of people are saying he's the greatest quarterback, or at this point in his career, he's the greatest quarterback that's ever stepped on the field. So defensively, I think we did all we could do, or all that was expected, and even more. I liked everything they did on that side of the ball. It's really the only reason that we didn't win this game tonight. The only weakness that I see is Kirk Cousins.
Which is the reason why we're not going to be invited to see the Falcons with the press pass, because I'm going to keep calling him what he is. He's costing us.
And he's costing us. He's a gimp.
You mentioned Bates just now. I got to add this to the story. I heard them talking about it during the game. This was Bates's 4th consecutive game playing against Patrick Mahomes where he got an interception from him.
Yeah, he's got 6 interceptions against Patrick Mahomes. That's crazy. He's got his number. Yeah,
he's got his number. It's just like, and both of them were, when Patrick Mahomes would snap the ball, Bates would be coming from Mahomes' left, moving right, but not looking at Mahomes at all, knowing that the receivers are coming with the flow towards him. He snags the ball. Okay, he played in Denver for a few years prior to coming here, and he's gotten Mahomes, like you mentioned, 6 times. Some players have other players' numbers, and Bates clearly has Patrick Mahomes.
Hey, if you're just joining us for the first time, your boys have been back. We've been back for about 6 months now, as a matter of fact. We do a show Monday and Thursday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, right here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. You can follow, subscribe on 2LiveStews, Facebook.com, the number 2, 2LiveStews, Facebook.com if you prefer Facebook, or 2LiveStews, YouTube.com, and check out the show. Just like back in the day, we got a lot of fun going on and talking sports, entertainment, pop culture, hip hop culture, whatever's going on, we talking about it.
Another big statistic, sir. Kansas City had the ball for 34 minutes and 57 seconds, right at 35 seconds out of a 60-minute ball game. The Falcons only had the ball for 25.
Wow.
Time
of possession.
Time of possession is huge, and the Kansas City Chiefs ran the ball efficiently and effectively, whereas we didn't. And again, maybe that's because we lost the old lineman. But again, if you're not converting on third downs, if you're not holding on to the ball more than the other team, and the other team is holding on to the ball more than you, that's going to cause problems. Total yards, KC 345 yards, the Atlanta Falcons 311 yards. That's not bad because the Falcons actually passed for more than Patrick Mahomes did. But again, they ate the ball and moved the ball on the ground a whole lot better than we did.
Yeah, so the Space Ghost running back, I'm calling him, Carson Steele, 17 carries for 72 yards for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Whoa. Maybe I missed. Maybe. Whoa. Hold on. I'm sorry. Maybe I missed that because I wasn't here. I was late coming to the party because I wasn't set up. But who's Space Ghost, and what does Space Ghost mean?
Space Ghost, the tailback for Kansas City, Steele, Carson Steele. That's the name I gave him. Space Ghost.
Number 4, was it 44?
Might have been 42. I think his number was 42. He played hard tonight. He played fantastic tonight.
Carson Steele. But Space Ghost, I don't understand. Can you just explain that? If you can explain that, we can keep on going with the show.
I mean, I just like the name Space Ghost, and it looks like it's fitting for him.
Why would it be fitting for him?
Hey, Carson Steele, 17 carries, 72 yards. The Pacheco kid is hurt, got a broken bone in his foot or leg somewhere.
Said in his ankle somewhere. Said he heard it pop someplace below at the bottom of the fibula. They had to put 7 screws in there. They were expecting him to be gone for like 4 to 6 weeks. Now they're saying it's probably going to be 6 to 8 weeks because if you got 7 screws in there, sir, I don't know even how you are effective when you come back. You got 7 screws in your foot.
All right, so a couple things. Once again, the number is 404-954-1021. We aren't going to be here, all night. We plan to be here like an hour to talk about this game. We will be back in the morning, 7 a.m. for the normal edition of the 2 Live Stews experience, where we're giving ballers and busters for everything that happened this past weekend.
Okay, yeah.
A lot of fun with Last 48.
Number 42, Carson Steele.
Space Ghost.
He's a rookie, and in my notes, I have them right here. He is a white boy. I get it.
Probably the first one running the ball in the NFL since Christian McCaffrey. It's a trend now.
Well, I don't know how much of a trend it is because McCaffrey's been around for the last decade, 10 to 12 years.
Yeah.
No, the kid ran the ball hard. He ran the ball hard.
He ran the ball very hard.
Yeah. I wish they were so. I just wish the damn Falcons were half as focused on pounding that ball like Kansas City was. I mean, they weren't really effective with it either, but they found gaps and they found holes until they made it work. So you got one of the best backs in the game with a Bijan, and you don't try to do that. It blows my mind.
Well, one thing I will say, I think Kansas City was really keying on the run. It's obvious. I mean, if you're the competition, what are you going to do against the Falcons based on what you saw last week? You're going to stop them from running. Put the ball in Kirk Cousins' hands and make him beat you.
I think that means we have a phone call, Doug.
We have a phone call. Caller, you're on with the 2 Live Stews. Talk to us. Talk to us. Hello.
Pull out the
Nope.
strap and let him ride.
He's not going to talk to us. But what I was saying is I think that it's obvious to stop the Atlanta Falcons based on last week is to stop the run, put the ball in Kirk Cousins' hands, put some pressure on him, and you're probably going to have good things happen. I think that's the easiest game plan or the obvious game plan going ahead for teams that we're going to face week in and week out.
Kirk Cousins, again today, was able to get to the stretch when he went to the right and to the left. They started the game off with 3 stretch plays, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. They started the game off with a lot of play action. They started the game off with an opening drive for a touchdown. I mean, they didn't overthink it. They ran the ball, they ran play action, and they caught a few they caught the Chiefs slipping and got a few guys behind them. So I was thinking that, when they started off with the first 3 stretch plays, 2 to the right, 1 to the left, I'm thinking, oh, they're going to pound this ball on these cats today. They're realizing that this is how they can get a victory. But they stopped. They just stopped, and I didn't understand it.
Yep, absolutely. So the team is now 1-2, just like that. And you're watching the Two Live Stews Experience post-Falcons wrap-up show. Just like that, the Falcons are 1-2, man. I mean, it's almost like, well, here they go again. I mean, every year it's just we're very excited at the beginning of every year, and then slowly they have a losing record, and by week 7, week 8, we're pretty much out of it, and we're very excited. 1 million people at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and by week 7 or 8, it's nobody tailgating no more. Everybody like F that. I mean,
so hold on. First,
we're in a hole already, man. The Falcons are in a hole already.
Yes, and as you know, I say it every year. When your team gets below 500 this early in the season, the odds of them finding ways to win to get above 500, which is just 2 games because they're 1-2, but the odds of them getting above 500 means they got to win 3 straight, and that's just something that's very, very hard to do in the National Football League. So teams that are now 0-3, teams that are now 0-2, teams that are now 1-2, the odds of them making it to the postseason, it's like hit or miss. It's not guaranteed at all. It really isn't, man.
Absolutely. Once again, the number is 404-954-1021. Were you at the Georgia Dome? Talk to us a little bit about what you saw.
Real quick, Doug, real quick. If you call it the Georgia Dome again, I'm going to throw up in my mouth. It's the Mercedes-Benz, okay? Now answer the damn phone. It's the Mercedes-Benz.
It's the Mercedes-Benz what?
Stadium. Stadium.
Okay, caller. We got somebody calling in. Caller, you there with the Two Live Stews? What you got?
Ryan Stewart, what's up? It's your boy, Real Scott.
What up, Rel? I think it's good to hear your voice, but I think Tree didn't want you to talk, so she hung up on you. Thanks for calling, Rel. We appreciate it.
I ain't gonna be long.
Okay, so he's still on the line. Rel, you there?
Yeah, Rel, bear with us while we figure this thing out.
There's people calling. That's what's happening.
Okay.
There's people trying to call while Rel's on. Rel, go.
Rel, go ahead. What'd you call?
I don't know what that music was. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead. What you call?
Rel. What you got, Rel?
All right, man. That was a terrible call. The left play. I don't know if anybody noticed, but Chris Jones not on the play on the last play. He was not in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you run a play to the outside with Bijan when you can go right up the middle? But once KC found out that, look, we can run the ball up the middle against these guys, that's what they did. Once the Falcons offensive lineman, the center and the right got hurt, KC, smart the team, they took advantage of that, but the Falcons had no opportunity to win this game. Terrible play calling in the fourth quarter.
I appreciate the call, Rel. Yeah.
Valid point, man, because listen, you're missing a couple of we appreciate you, Rel. You're missing a couple of starting linemen, and Chris Jones, who has dominated the game all night. Chris Jones, who's getting
really for the last couple of years.
I mean, he's been a beast, okay? But he's not out there. And you try to stretch the play and get it outside, which I don't know, man. I don't think we can nitpick and say one play is the reason why it didn't go down for the team the way that we thought it would go down. But they played good enough to win this game. KC is the defending two-time champions. They played good enough to win. They just didn't get it done, and sometimes that happens. There's no doubt, okay, there's no doubt that KC is a better football team than we are right now. There's no doubt about that.
They're 3-0 in the season right now as we speak. Absolutely.
So listen to this. Prior to the game, from time to time, I consider myself a handicapper, okay? Prior to the game, I checked the number of the game. The Falcons were favored. No, the Falcons were a dog -3 points. So KC was -3. Falcons were +3, okay? So listen to what I said. I kept saying to myself, if it's +3, there's a reason why it's +3. You can't just jump on that. Wait until the game starts, see what happens early in the game, and make a live bet later on, and maybe you'll be happy with that. Falcons come out and score immediately. I've already liked the KC Chiefs, as I told you, right? I've already liked Kansas City. After the Falcons score 7-0, I checked the number, and the number is Falcons -2.5. So just that quick, after one score, Kansas City gets 2.5 points. As a live bet, I jump on the live bet.
I'm very confused because if they have points on the board and Kansas City doesn't, I mean that's where the difference is.
Well, in live bets, the number can move every play or every other play based upon what's happening in the game. So coming into that game, the Falcons were given 3 points. They were +3 because they're playing the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right.
Okay, they were +3. But after the Falcons score, the number now goes to Kansas City's favor just for a couple of plays. But me, being the handicapper that I am, when I see that they're now giving Kansas City +2.5, I jump on it.
The handicapper you are, okay? Okay. Keep on, handicapper.
You learn. It's 3 good games for me.
Right. Okay. Sounds like we got somebody on the line, man. Want to talk about the game. Caller, you there with the 2 Live Stews? What you got?
Hey, what's going on, Stu? Up now, this is your boy Polo Negro. How y'all doing?
Good, Polo Negro. What's up,
man?
Buddy?
What's good, man?
Turn your radio down, man. You're a veteran. Turn your radio down.
Let me get off. I just got 2 quick things about Raheem Morris. One, I feel like he should overrule that 4th inches call, like last caller said. I feel like if they're going to run beyond, he's athletic enough. You're going to run him up the middle, or if you try to, at least run him up the middle, let him dive over the top, or something like that. Or run it without years, or at least call a timeout. I feel like you weren't going to use timeout to turn the ball over. So call the timeout, regroup, and try another call. So I feel like Kansas City is starting to get that New England Patriots type favor to where they let some calls go. Like that interference call should have been called inside the end zone. And I feel like Raheem Morris should have made a big deal about that. I can't make a big deal about everything, but sometimes you gotta let them know what's happening. And like P. Diddy, I'm gone.
Oh,
hey, hold on one second.
Damn.
I wanted to ask him a question.
Damn.
Was he down there at the Benz?
Shouts out to Polo Negro that said, like P. Diddy, he's gone. And we're not going to do that tonight. Tonight's all about the Falcons. But Polo Negro, you're exactly right. You're going just like P. Diddy. He was talking about Kyle Pitts, the pass interference that was clearly a PI that was not called in the end zone.
Right.
He got interfered with before the ball got to him. The ball was thrown a tad behind him, and the defender was between him and the ball. He still tried to make the play, but reached through the guy trying to get to the ball, and he couldn't get to the ball because he got hit. So, yes, I agree with Polo Negro. That's one of the ones where Raheem Morris should have probably got kicked out of the game because your guy catch that ball, which he was clearly given an opportunity to catch that ball. If you get the PI, y'all got 4 downs from the 1-yard line, and he deserved the PI because that's exactly what it was.
Let me read a couple of messages from the chat room. Loose neck freak offside says Hawks game at the Omni. Doug Stewart.
No, we're not doing this. No.
Julius 35C. I'm a Falcons fan, but the Eagles gave us that game last Monday night. Mr. Big Play Bray. Okay, it's official. Doug has been drinking. No, I haven't, sir. Mr. Big Play Bray again. Cy Obama phone. As Ryan is drinking. Mr. Big Play Bray again. Keep it real. Our whole season could be over in the next 3 weeks. Our next 3 games are division games. Well, Tampa Bay lost today. I was happy to see that. Tampa Bay lost today. Yep. Carolina did win, but I think that's their first win of the year.
No, real quick, stop. We're not talking about other teams tonight, but Carolina with the red rifle came in there looking like they know how to play ball just that quick.
Yeah, and the Saints go down too today as well. So some parity as far as wins and losses in the NFC South today. The number is 404-954-1021. You're with the Two Live Shoes on the Atlanta Falcons Wrap Up Show.
You just gonna let Loose Neck call himself Loose Neck Freak Offside? You just gonna let him do that?
Hey, man, we can't stop the Puff Daddy jokes, man. And I don't know why people would want to make fun of something so serious, man. That man losing $1 billion, a couple billion. See, here we go. We can't talk about Puffy tonight, man.
No, we can't talk about
Nadi,
Puffy
what's
tonight.
up? Every time we take a call, you go pop on.
That's just how they work tonight, I guess.
Oh,
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, hell, that's fine.
That's okay. Maybe they want to talk to me.
Caller, are you there? You're on with the Two Live Stews. You there?
I'm here.
What's up? Turn your radio down. What you got?
I ain't got no radio on, man. This microwave. What's going on, fellas?
Okay. What's up, microwave?
What's going on? What's going on? Hey, man, so look, I'll make this quick. I want to tip my hats off to the Falcons, man. You know, they handled business against my Eagles last week, and I was real pissed off. But they was able to do what they needed to do. I came up some apples this week, you know what I'm saying? Ryan, I know a lot of y'all are mad about that missed pass interference call. Everybody's seen the movie Blue Chips when Penny Hardaway mom was asking for the house and the job. A foul is not a foul unless the referee blows the whistle. So they did what they needed to do. I came up with, and don't worry about it. The sun will shine tomorrow, man. I'm gone, y'all.
Appreciate the call.
We appreciate the call, microwave.
And he's gone.
All right.
So he's a big, longtime caller, listener to the show. He actually does a podcast himself, the Microwave, and he's an Eagles fan. Once again, we'll get to all of the ballers and busters from the entire weekend in college football, which very, very entertaining weekend in college football.
It's been 3 great weeks of football, period, sir.
Yeah.
College and NFL. I mean, the games today were phenomenal.
Yep. And we'll definitely get into some NFL talk, all surrounded around your ballers and busters from this past weekend. And once again, the number to the show is 404-954-1021. I mentioned it at the top. Go ahead.
Because I missed the conversation from the top, but any conversation prior to me getting on about why Kelsey wasn't effective, why they wasn't throwing the ball his way, and then in the second half when they did start throwing the ball his way, he wasn't in position on one pass and then dropped another. Did y'all talk about Kelsey to this point?
No, we did not talk about Kelsey. We mentioned the fact that Arthur Blank went into the Ring of Honor for the Atlanta Falcons. And my question to you is, what do you think about that? What do you think about that? They had a big ceremony for him. I feel like if I own the team, I'm already in the Ring of Honor. Like, what? You don't have to give me, hey, Arthur, we want to put you in the Ring of Honor. Why? I own the damn place. I don't need to be in no Ring of Honor or anything like that. What's your thoughts? They had a big ceremony.
I think that's something that Samuel Jackson met him on the stage to give him a hug prior to the honor, and then Warwick Dunn put his red jacket on. He was already suited and booted in a black jacket.
No, I think the red jacket is like,
it's their Hall of Fame jacket, man.
Okay, all right, right. Roddy was out there. I mean,
my point is, man, that should be something that owners get posthumously. Not while they're still
right,
because you got the whole kit and caboodle. It's all yours.
Right.
So the ring, you being in the ring of honor don't mean a damn thing at this point. We all see you every game. We see you in the box. We see you in the field. I mean, the stadium is yours.
How about we let you in the ring of honor after we win a Super Bowl? If you win a Super Bowl while you're still alive, then we'll put you in the ring of honor. But if you don't win a Super Bowl when you're alive, you don't get put into the ring of honor until you're dead.
I can co-sign on that, man.
Yeah, and
I
know
can co-sign on
people.
that.
I know people, and I'm not sure. They actually showed this today, kind of like the equivalent of the Ring of Honor in Pittsburgh, and Art Rooney, the owner of the team, the original owner of the team, is in. He's dead though.
Speaking of Pittsburgh, that's their third win today. We'll talk about them tomorrow because this is the Falcons show. But the freaking Steelers and Justin Fields look like they might be somebody to be reckoned with because they got defense. But we're not talking about that tonight. You go ahead. You go ahead. I'm sorry. You go ahead. You go ahead.
And I think the son is in the Hall of Fame, and I don't think he's dead. So I guess it's some type of thing where you're still alive and you get put into the team's Hall of Fame / Ring of Honor.
We wouldn't understand, man. We're not billionaires and we don't own teams.
Right. I guess.
We wouldn't understand.
I would have been too embarrassed for them to make a big deal about me, and I own the damn place. I own everything you look at. Anywhere you look, I own it. Why would I care about being in the Ring of Honor?
And, man, I hadn't seen him run for a first down, throw for a first down, intercept the ball, pick up a fumble, make a tackle. I hadn't seen him do none of that stuff, man.
Yeah.
I mean, none of it, man.
And you
I
will
hadn't
never
seen him,
see it.
I hadn't seen him call a game, call a play. I just –
You won't see it either because he's every bit of 97 years old. He is moving real slow lately, man. Lord bless Arthur Blank, for good health.
And that's exactly why right there they put him in there, man. He wanted
so?
He wanted to see it and smell his own flowers while he could. He moved to the middle of that field real slow, man. I was like, "Would you hurry up, old man?" He was moving real slow, man. He was moving real slow.
The Atlanta Falcons go down. They're now 1-2 on the year, 0-2 at home. The Kansas City Chiefs, they just keep plugging along, 3-0 on the year, 1-0 at home. Big win for the Kansas City Chiefs tonight on the road. Sunday night football. Falcons go down, and we're struggling already, folks.
Let me give a ball award to Rashay Rice, sir. 12 catches for 110 yards, right over 9 yards per catch. Had a touchdown tonight. He balled out. Travis Kelce, as I mentioned, who was really a no-show, 4 catches, 30 yards, but dropped that last ball that was very, very important. It would have been a first down to keep the momentum going for Kansas City when they gave the Falcons another chance. So this Rice kid, man, I think he's dealing with some trouble. And for some reason, he's going to be allowed to play until his court case takes place sometime towards the end of November or maybe the beginning of December. But he has been a piece of work so far in every game that they've had so far this year, having 12 catches and 110 yards tonight.
Right. From Stewart Media and Entertainment, this is the great Naughty Dread, who's popping in and out like a ghost. And now he's posting stuff in the chat. He says, Arthur Blank did push Vic in the wheelchair. Naughty. You do remember that. That was a highlight. That was a big thing in this city.
He also ran Vic out of town before he was found guilty or innocent before the case was found. So I just talked about Rashay Rice still playing right now, and we still got him on the team. How come Blank didn't do that? But we're not going to. We're not going to listen. Vic's already cost us enough. Yeah, we don't need to bring him back up, Naughty. He's already cost us enough.
Julius 35C.
And he will come do the show. The way we backed him back in the day Go ahead, Doug. I'm sorry.
I lost. I had a good one. Julius 35C says, Blank said, "You see me write these damn checks." Oh, so that's why he's going in the Hall of Fame, because he writes checks. I mean, I don't want to spend too much time on this. But I think it's kind of weird.
Well,
that's all. Huh?
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Now, part of the beauty of the whole thing is that it's his team. He can cry when he wants to, take his ball when he wants to, or go into the Hall of Fame ring whenever he wants to. As a matter of fact, if he really wanted to, he could go into the Hall of Fame ring every game this season if he wanted to.
You know what? Now that I think about it, you're right.
It's his team.
Not only do I want you to put me in the Hall of Fame when I'm still walking this earth,
Let's run it back every home game.
I want you to put all my family in too. My kids, my aunts, my uncles. Like next weekend, Auntie Mimi is going in the Hall of Fame. Wow, Doug's Auntie Mimi, the first auntie to go into the Falcons Hall of Fame, Ring of Honor thingy.
Yep.
Yeah, my cousin Keisha, Doug Stewart's cousin Keisha goes into the Falcons Hall of Fame thingy.
It's your team. You must do it
my
your
team.
way.
Hell, you put me in. I can. That says to me, I can put anybody in.
Yeah.
And you're watching the Two Lives Tues Experience. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, Falcons Wrap Up. Tough loss. That's going to be one that we wish we could have back, because I do think that the team is very solid on defense. Very solid on defense.
Agree.
We can run the football. We got some decent, not great wide receivers. I just think that once again, the problem's going to lie with Kirk Cousins and his production. It's not that he's not a good quarterback. It's just that he's terribly restricted in what he can do right now physically.
Falcons took a loss today. The New Orleans Saints took a loss today. But they have the Saints next weekend, and that game is here in the Dome. I'm sorry. That game is here in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium also.
You said Dome, huh?
The way the Saints are playing right now.
We said the Dome every day, 50 times a day for 12 years. It's not that easy.
I also said Mercedes-Benz because the Georgia Dome is now dead. So it's neither here nor there. It's okay, man. You're better than that. Who's playing better ball right now in your eyes, the Saints or the Falcons?
Well, until the day, I thought it was the Saints. It was clearly the Saints. The Saints were undefeated until the day.
Right.
But they got, kind of back to life, back to reality today, soul to soul. Right now, I think it's a coin toss.
You got Saints at Falcons. You got Bucks at Falcons. You got Seahawks at Falcons. Seahawks playing good ball. They won another game today versus Miami, who's at a deficit because they are missing a quarterback and they've got a couple of injuries. But after the Seahawks Falcons game, you're going to have the Dallas Cowboys. Sir, could the Falcons end up being like 4 games below 500 as they approach 6-7 games?
Yeah, I mean, they very well could be. And once again, I don't think the team is bad. Like tonight, the only difference in this game tonight between us and the Chiefs, if I'm trying to find where we were lacking, the only area was in the mobility of Kirk Cousins. Everywhere else we played solid. Everywhere else we played solid. And, can you poke holes in that? Like, is there another area tonight that you saw that, that we could have done better? The Mooney kid played fantastic. He had a ton of catches, ton of yards, a ton of yak. He played great. London caught a touchdown pass.
Ray McLeod, right? That's what you're referring to?
No, Mooney, the Mooney kid.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes.
But McLeod played good too. He played good too. Everybody played very good. The only area that I think could have been better was Kirk Cousins. Absolutely.
And we saw a few quarterbacks today, like Jalen Hurts and a couple of other guys, make some big moves to help their team out of certain situations, move in the pocket. Patrick Mahomes did that tonight also. Needed a couple of first downs on key third downs, and as he's a threat moving towards the line, people still stay in coverage. And once they realize, okay, he's not going to throw, he's going to run the ball, he's already got another 5 or 6 yards to the point where the first down is right in front of his face. We're not blessed to have that right now because Kirk's a gimp. He can't get there. He can't move right now. Now he is a gimp that has played better.
You're really making me uncomfortable calling that man gimp every other sentence, man.
He is a gimp that has played better after the first game. He's gotten to the stretch play in the second and in the third game. So he's getting out there where he needs to be. he ran away from some trouble today, but you can just tell he's hampered from being his best self. He's not his best self, and there's nothing he can do.
You're not gonna stop until the society of gimps call us and go off on us on live radio.
That might be a gimp on the phone right now. Take the call, Doug. Take the call.
You're watching the Two Live Stews Experience. Caller, you're joining the Stews. What you got? Caller, you there?
We really got to figure this out if we're going to be taking these calls.
Yeah.
Hello? Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
caller, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go
Yes.
ahead.
Awesome. This is Julian James, man. Just calling to give a big shout out to the Two Live Stews. Loving what you guys doing. I'm not a GIMP, but I'm calling about the GIMP. I think that Kurt Ice is going to do just enough to keep Junior off the field, and I'm concerned about that.
Pray, appreciate the call. So Penix Jr., 2 offensive linemen hurt today. Do you want him in the game, man?
I think the team, I think the coaches, I think all the free agents, I think the fans in the stadium, and I think the fans at home watching the game deserves to have the best player on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What about that $100 million we gave him?
The economics of the game plays a very important part to it. However, everyone deserves to have the best player on the team in the game at every position.
You know I agree with you. You know I agree with you.
Yeah. And now
Arthur got plenty of money.
So
you
right,
made a bad
right,
investment.
right. And that's what I want you to do. I want everyone to do that.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad about the $100 million that Kirk Cousins is going to walk with. Don't feel bad about that. Whether he plays or not, he's going to get 100. But right now, with what I'm seeing is he's not in a position to give the team the best opportunity to win every snap.
Here's
now,
the bet.
Maybe his mental capacity is much better than Michael Penix Jr.'s because he's been around for so long. Maybe that's why the team thinks he should be out there instead of Penix. Maybe that's why. But from what we've seen the last 3 weeks, he can't move like we know Penix can move right now.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. As much as we like to see him out there, Penix Jr., there's going to be a learning curve for him, man.
There's a learning curve.
He's not going to come in and be as good as he's going to be 3 years from now. Okay? Like these guys, these quarterbacks have been struggling today. Some of these guys had good days. Justin Fields had a good day. The quarterback for Indianapolis had a good day. I'm losing memory of his name. Yeah,
Richardson.
Right. Richardson had a very good day today. They won.
I had a couple of dollars on that one too. But go ahead. It's okay. Go ahead.
What? Go ahead. Tell me about it. What happened?
Well, no, I mean, I just, I didn't think
Anthony
that the Bears
Richardson.
would be. Listen, man. When I make when I handicap a game, I don't want to say it any other way than that. When I handicap a game,
This shows a level of professionalism.
right?
Is
Thank
that
you.
it?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
When
yeah.
I handicap a game, I always look at the 2 quarterbacks that will be starting. I always look at the 2 offenses that will be starting. And then I look at the defense, who's got the better defense, and then who the better coach is. Okay? Now, this game, I'm kind of off the Caleb Williams bandwagon for right now. I'm kind of off of the bandwagon of the Chicago Bears offense right now. However, people have been talking real cash-ish about Richardson, but to me, with Taylor at the running back position and the O-line that they've got, I think they're a better offensive team, and that's why I chose that team when I was doing my handicapping work, and it worked out for me today.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You've been talking about that a lot, man. You happy about the results today?
I've learned something else, man, and we're going to get back to the Falcons real quick. It is the Two Live Stews, Doug Stone, Rhinestone. I've learned something else, too.
Go ahead.
Consistency with your wagers makes a difference if you're handicapping.
What do you mean by that? Describe.
If you play 4 games and you've got one game at $50, one game at $200, one game at $300, and one game at $1,000, if everybody doesn't win, you're looking at a situation.
And man, everybody knows that. You gotta make level bets. You can't just
Well,
erroneously just bet high here, low amount here. Yeah, that doesn't work. Okay.
okay. Well, before you answer that call, maybe everyone knows that.
That's
But
on my grandma. That's on our grandmother phone too, man. We got to address
man,
that.
uh, maybe everyone knows that, man. But that's just something that I'm catching on to this year, which is why I think I'm having a much more success so far this season. But go ahead.
Somebody's at the ringing the phone. Caller, thank you for joining the Two Lives Twos. What you got? Hello, caller, you there?
Greg Lawson. Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead. Okay.
Caller, who is this again?
Okay. Okay.
Greg Lawson.
Greg,
Greg, what's up, Greg? Yeah, don't give your whole name, Greg. We don't want the law to come get you for nothing.
That's fine. Go ahead. Go ahead with your thoughts on the game tonight.
Listen, man. Listen, man. They got to do better, man. Offensive coordinator, man. I'm pissed off at him. I mean, come on, man. This time, I'm not mad at Kirk tonight. I'm not mad at Kirk tonight, but you got to call better plays, man. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got to say, man. For sure.
Appreciate the call, Greg.
Yeah, man.
A lot of questioning of the play calling for real.
I agree. I agree.
So y'all weren't encouraged by what y'all saw tonight against Kansas City?
No.
No.
From what aspect?
Right. No. The answer is no.
From what aspect, Nadi?
I mean, from the aspect that the Falcons really played a competitive game. I mean, they could have won it. Kansas City has found a way to win the first 3 games. I mean, it seems like there's a flag here or lack of a flag there that they end up winning the game. But I thought the Falcons played well, and I don't see a situation where I'm panicking, ready to put Penix in the game. By no means. Kirk was decent tonight.
You know what? No, Kirk was not.
Kirk did not look decent. No,
look decent tonight.
Yeah.
Now I will.
No, I would say the play calling, but Kirk was decent to me.
I need to stop and think about what I'm saying. You're 100% right. We were in that game. We could have won that game. The defense have played well enough. Defense wins championships, right? We always talk about that. We were in that game to the point where the last 3-4 minutes determined who won or lost. So I agree with you 100%. I don't want to go crazy, but I don't see this issue with Kirk Cousins and the mobility that he needs and the confidence that he needs getting better as fast as we needed to get better. I guess that's the best way for me to put it.
Let's put it in context. There was a play at the end of the game to Kyle Pitts that was a blatant pass interference.
Absolutely.
They call that you get the ball at the 1 yard line, the Falcons score, they go up. Now you put the onus on Kansas City to score.
This is something that I do with Doug all the time, Nadi. I'm not going to we shouldn't at this point in time after a ball game be talking about what could have, what should have, or what would have happened. The final score is 22-17.
You're correct.
We shouldn't look back at plays like if this happens, if that happens, so it's different. That's not our reality right now, Dred.
You're 100% correct. My only point in saying that is the Falcons were right there. They literally was a flag away from defending the lead, putting the onus on Kansas City to have to drive on their defense.
Right, and also he's got a valid point, Doug. Kirk was 20 for 29, 230 yards, 1 interception. He got sacked twice, which is our situation, Dred. If he doesn't give up the 2 sacks that he gave up because he can get out of the pocket or because he can evade the rush, it's a totally different ball game. But what the reality of the situation is not what could have happened or what would have happened. The reality of the situation is what happened was him not being able to evade the rush is why he got sacked twice, which is why it cost the Falcons the ball game.
So let me think, or let me kind of like relay what I think Nadi's feeling and saying.
I understand what he's saying and what he's feeling, but we're talking about what just happened in the ball game, not what could have or what should have happened.
Nadi's born and raised in Metro ATL, Decatur, pretty much Atlanta. Okay, so he's been following and watching his team his whole life. Okay, he's been following and watching his team his whole life. He has to stay positive after 3 games.
Right.
Okay, it's 15 more games. 18 game season, right? 18 games now or 17?
17 now.
17 games. Okay.
Yes, 17.
I think we're getting the thumbs up. 17 game schedule. So he has to stay positive. Okay. Also, I'm trying to look at the other side of this thing. I don't want to be negative Nancy. Also, it was the world champion Kansas City Chiefs. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Any average to good team, even, we probably would have won tonight.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Remember, this is generational talent,
Right.
generational team.
Yep.
Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
They playing for a three-peat, man. I know what's going on. They playing for a three-peat.
That being said, if you trying to look at it positively, it's a definite way to look at it positively.
Okay, that's great, man. While y'all look at it positively, I'm going to look at it realistically. They took another L. They're a game below 500. And because the quarterback couldn't move the pocket is why they took that L. Hey, man, I've got to think that Kirk Cousins having maybe a tad bit better mental capacity to understand the offense right now and the calls. I got to think that Penix being a little more mobile right now and being able to evade the rush would stand to put everybody in a better position than Kirk Cousins' mental capacity.
But he's a rookie.
His athleticism has to be.
He's a rookie.
He's a rookie that looked really good in the first game of the preseason when he played.
Yeah,
he's a rookie that looked so good. He's a rookie that looked so good, they decided that he don't need no more reps in the preseason, and they sat him down.
Somebody posted in the chat room about that as well. They kind of intimated the reason that they stopped playing him in preseason is because
they showed him enough.
Get hurt.
Not
only that. I don't think this person was saying this. I think this person was saying was because the offensive line isn't that good, and they don't want to get the guy hurt. That's why they took him out of the games in the preseason. One of the people in the chat room kind of intimated towards that.
The Falcons have one of the most veteran offensive lines in the league that has played together this year. Well, they got injured today, but they played together this year and the previous year too. They've been together like almost 3 years totally as a unit.
Yeah.
So
what
that tells me is if you've got a quarterback in the pocket that can move a little bit better, that unit, if the pocket moves, can move and protect said quarterback. But the guy that we're using right now can't move.
Yeah, but I mean, you played in the league, man. You know how rookie quarterbacks do. I mean, so is it better? It's kind of like a scale. What's better or worse? Leaving Kirk Cousins in there, a veteran for 10 years or so, that can't move good, or putting a rookie quarterback in when you're seeing all these rookies struggle, and I did say struggle with a C.
Yeah.
Like all of these rookies are
Chicago Bears.
Caleb Williams looks like he don't even know how to play football half the time.
He threw for 300 yards today, and his team was in a position where they could have won. Caleb Williams. Bo Nix.
Yeah, but if you saw
hold on. Bo Nix on the road today beat a Tampa Bay Buck team at home that has played really good with Baker Mayfield, a guy that's making $40 million a year. Okay, so this rookie class, as we've talked about a couple of times, is a different rookie class. This is not a rookie class that's coming in with guys that have only played 20 games, only started 18 games. Bo Nix has played 61 games. Caleb Williams has started 40, 50 games. Penix Jr. has started for the last 4 years, wherever he's been at. So the mental capacity of today's rookie is different than the rookie from 2-3 years ago.
Well, just for the record, I'm trying to look at the other side of this thing. I'm trying to play devil's advocate. I would love if they put Penix Jr. out there right now. I would. But I'm looking at the other side. The guy, Cousins, got all of this experience. Penix comes in now, especially with 2 hurt offensive linemen, you're going to have to go to your second or even, I don't know, third string or whatever offensive lineman.
You're going to have to find some guys. That's a problem.
It's like 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. We're in a tough situation. Hey, man, so listen, tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., the 2 Live Stews experience. All your ballers, all your busters from this past weekend. If you caught the show for the first time tonight, maybe you didn't even know we were back doing this. We've been doing this now for 6 or 7 months. Maybe you didn't even know we were back doing this. You happen to see the invite on the interweb, on Facebook or YouTube, and you said, what, the Stews? Yes. Tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., Ballers and Busters from this past weekend in the world of sports. And then we will also be back on Thursday morning at 7 a.m. as well.
Julian James, if they play Pete Jr., they have to be willing to be comfortable with not making the playoffs. I disagree with that wholeheartedly. I disagree with that. It's a different kind of rookie. And again, the Penix that we saw in the preseason for the one game and the practices I saw also, because I was watching 2 days and stuff like that. That guy is much more mobile than the guy that we're watching right now. The guy right now can't move, man.
But they always talk about the speed of the game when you come to the NFL. You played in the league. Is that speed of the game thing a real thing?
It's much faster than it was when these kids.
And also remember, man, Penix got 2 bum knees. He's got 2 bum knees. They're not bum knees. He's had 2 ACL surgeries.
He's been resting, sir. Those knees ain't bum no more. He's ready to go.
I hope not,
He's
man.
ready to go.
I hope not. But we plan to do this each and every post games for the Atlanta Falcons this year, right here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Yes, yes, this is pretty good tonight.
I agree. I really
technical issues.
I want to apologize for being late, but I really appreciate the team being here on time and making it happen. And I'm looking forward to doing these, man. It was an incredible, and it won't. Ooh, wait a minute. When we do that tailgate that we're going to be doing, should we be set up out there to do a live podcast at the end of the game?
Was that the plan, Tree?
Hell no.
Okay.
I mean, y'all can do what y'all want to do. And y'all did a good job tonight. Thank you to everyone. Let's talk to Enrique Belsouth. Nadi, thank you. You did a great job. Doug Stewart, let's wait, because we know that you are used to your iPhone 8. These, you got to wait for the people to be able to hear you and turn down their TVs. I think it went great. I don't have any complaints. I'm so excited at how rogue and bold we are becoming as a group.
Hey, so speaking of which, tailgate is on for the Dallas game.
November 3rd.
Tailgate is on.
It's not the Gulch. It is not the Gulch.
We never said it was the Gulch yet.
I did. I'm sorry.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's not the Gulch. We'll let y'all know where it's going to be at. With specific details, but it's not going to be in the Gulch.
It's going to be. We're going to have the Dallas game.
It's going to be at Doug's house.
Tailgate.
Bring your pen and paper. It's going to be at Fulton Stadium.
So if they aren't using pen and paper, what are they using, Tree?
They're using phones, man.
What do you mean using phones?
You got notes.
Digital. It's digital, man. It's all digital.
Let's go to bed.
You pull out your phone and take notes?
Yes.
As opposed to a pen and paper?
I got so many notes.
And especially because when you've got everything synced up.
Over here right now.
Thank you, Nadi. Thank you, Nadi.
Yeah, welcome to 1998, Nadi. Good for you. It's 2024.
You don't have to put no password in to use the pad.
Right.
You can just take your pen and write stuff down.
And what if your battery go out? What if the phone dies? Then you don't have your damn notes.
You got your brain. You got your brain. Okay, you can write it on your pizza box. Good night. I'm out.
A+ everybody. Outstanding job. Y'all really did a good job.
Hey, so we'll see you in 6 hours. 6.5 hours. We see y'all. Ballers and Busters on everything this past weekend. Tell some people. Share the link. Do all of that. We back in 6.5 hours. All right? 2 live.
God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. If you don't know, need to find me, show him love. That's all showing you. Nothing but love. Good night, y'all. See y'all in a few hours. Peace.